Good morning, Martes. Welcome to another edition of Ano Na Bev, Best Express Views on PHLV Radio and now on TFC, where we bring you the perfect blend of beauty, intellect, people, places, and nature. Viewers and onlookers from all over the world and universe, push that subscribe button on all of our social media platforms of PHLV on FB, IG, and Spotify, including those of TFC and mine at Bev Llorente. A beautiful Tuesday for a beautiful guest. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to be in the same room with our guest, with her captivating personality and undeniable charm. She has captured the hearts of millions of viewers as a beloved TV host. Her infectious smile and effortless grace light up the screen. And she's also a very talented writer and avid nature enthusiast. Join us on this journey as we explore the wonders of Nevada, share insightful perspectives, and exchange in such a meaningful dialogue with the host of the series, Spirit of Nevada, Miss Samantha Chian! Yay! Ayan, ang galing. Welcome to the show, Sam.
Thank you so much for having me. What a wonderful introduction.
Oh,
Thank you. I feel so good about myself now.
For a wonderful, beautiful, beautiful you. Okay.
Thank you, honey. Thank you.
So, from the idyllic foothills of Carson Valley to the dazzling icons of Las Vegas, you have seen it all. What inspired you to host Spirit of Nevada and share us your experiences?
So Rick Harris inspired me to do Spirit of Nevada. We actually were traveling to all different places, and we like to share what we do best, right? So our best, our pros and our cons, and we like to share with other law firms. And there was another law firm when we were out there, and they said that they would give charity checks on TV. And so Rick was inspired by that. And when we came back to Las Vegas, we went to Cheesecake Factory and we were talking about, you know, the best practices, and that law firm came up and he said, well, why don't you do something like that? And we had contacted other stations about doing this type of TV show. And they said, oh, no, we're good. We already have somebody that comes up on stage and does that. No, we don't have any space for that. And Rick says, well, what are we going to do? And I said, I don't know. And he said, well, you've always wanted to be in broadcasting, so why don't we create our own show? And I said, that sounds amazing, but who's going to host it? And he goes, you are. And I said, I don't have any experience doing a TV show. He goes, don't worry about it. We're going to figure it out along the way. This is going to be our way of giving back to the community, and you're going to host it. And he took out his phone right there. I think he still has the footage at Cheesecake Factory, and he puts it in my face and he goes, what are you going to say? And I'm, you know, just have these deer in the headlight kind of look. And I said, this is Samantha Chian, and here we go. You know, it was just
the rest was history. And you're doing very good with all of the features that you have done, and your smile on TV brings so much delight to all the viewers out there.
Thank you so much. You know, I truly fell in love with the show just as we kept going and going, and I didn't really know Nevada as much as I do now. And so a lot of the times people think of Nevada as just the Strip or, you know, just shows and things that are not family related. And so as I was traveling, I discovered that there's so many other things to do outside of going to the Strip and seeing a show or going clubbing and drinking and things like that.
Very well said. How do you choose the places you feature on your show?
So in the beginning, Rick Harris actually put together a list. It was a 3-page list of his favorite places, his hidden gems, things he did when he was a little kid. And we started out that way. And then as the momentum kept going, people were messaging us on Facebook saying, oh, we know this local hero or this organization. Can you feature them? And they would it would just kind of come in, and organically as we went, people would reach out and we would find out about events that may not have as much exposure as, you know, other places or things like that. And it just grew. It just grew and grew.
Yeah. Have you ever had any unexpected experience or challenges while traveling to a new destination?
Oh, gosh, there's a lot. There's a lot.
Like during the snow season, like in Mount Charleston, I know you did some ski.
Yeah. So, we've done, there's a lot of unexpected things that have happened. But for skiing, we've gone, to Mount Charleston. And a lot of the times you think the weather's going to be perfect. Everything's going to go as planned. And, you quickly learn in film, which right? That things don't always go as planned. Nothing too crazy that happened when we went to Mount Charleston, but I will say that when we went to Tonopah, this is a crazy story. We went to Tonopah. Wow. Yeah, we were featuring, I don't know if you know too much about Tonopah, but it's known for stargazing and other things like, haunted hotels, things like that.
Going to Reno.
The Tonopah Mining Park. Well, anyways, we went down there to explore and we checked out the Mizpah Hotel. And it's very antique. It's where the miners used to stay. We went there and we had lunch and I thought this place is so beautiful. It's preserved. I mean, all the little knickknacks and things that they had. It was just gorgeous. This is a gorgeous hotel. There was lots of history behind it. The history was actually in the menu. And my videographer at the time said, you should talk to, whoever it is that's running it and talk about filming it. And I said, yeah, but we're, 3.5 hours away. Like, I don't have clothes for filming this type of, episode. And lo and behold, they said yes. And they said, can you do it now?
Wow.
And I said, I don't have clothes, because I was coming here to check out the mining park. They took the dress off the mannequin for the lady in red, which there's a backstory about this lady in red who was unfortunately murdered. And they now put they now put her dress in like different rooms. And then whoever gets her dress gets a discount. And so they said,
so you're wearing a
no, not even kidding. We ate there. And then literally they took the dress, they went to the store and they sewed it on me. They sewed her dress on me, and I was speaking in the. Yeah, you're gonna love it. It's a very haunted hotel, and it's good stories behind it, and it was just crazy because that was not expected, and we got to share the story, and then
and you get to wear her dress,
and I got to wear her dress, which that was not part of the plan, but yeah, lots of unexpected things come up as we go.
What's the most interesting fun facts you encountered during your travels?
I think the biggest thing that I've encountered during my travels is the friendliness that I receive when I go into these smaller towns, not coming from, if when I went to Eureka, I was thinking, this is probably like a close knit, how are they going to feel about somebody that comes in and here's a camera in front of your face, right? Yeah, that you've never met. But you'd be surprised on how much kindness and openness that they had to just welcome you in. Let me show you this. Let me show you that.
Hospitable, right?
Yes. And let me teach you about the history. And they just get so excited about it and sharing their story on a platform that's going to reach more people and bring more tourism. So
bravo. Have you ever discovered hidden gem that you think more people should know about?
Yeah, I've actually discovered a lot of hidden gems along the way. We've done over, I think 250 episodes now. Wow. And it just keeps growing, all the cool things we find. We found one that's not necessarily in Nevada, but it's on the border. So I'm going to give some
California
to Arizona. I'm going to give some little love to them because we were filming a series for Laughlin, and I love Laughlin. It's a great little getaway for people that are in Vegas that want to have, jet skis and boats and fishing and hiking. But there's this little town called Oatman, Arizona, and they have burros there, and you get to do a lot of shopping. Yes. And that was kind of a hidden gem that wasn't expected to be on the show. And, the people of Arizona were like, I know we're not Nevada, but can you feature us? And I thought that was cool. And all the little towns along the way, when you're heading up north, you'll be surprised. Like in Beatty, there's this old ghost town called Rhyolite. Yes. And there's beautiful buildings. You've been to Beatty. So did you have any burros that, were kind of snooping on you?
No, we were just passing through, and I believe there was 5 J1 teachers who was from the Philippines who's now in Beatty.
Oh, they're now living in Beatty.
I wanted to see them. It was just a stopover going to Reno because
it's a long journey to get there.
Yes.
Did you stop by the candy store? They have the largest candy store in Nevada there.
But we didn't buy anything.
Oh, darn it! I always go there, and I'm, it's like Christmas for me. I'm like, I'm take this candy, these road trip snacks.
So, Sam, what part of Nevada are you going to explore next?
Okay, so we just hired a new production team. So we got a bigger crew, which we're really excited about, and we're heading up north. Wow. So we haven't made it to Reno or Virginia City yet, but that is on our agenda. And we are planning things out to do the Great Balloon Race that they have up in Reno. We're looking at doing the air races, checking out Virginia City, Lake Tahoe, and a bunch of the museums. So I'm excited, but that's to come later on. So
and the legislation office. I'm kidding.
Always got to make stuff, right?
So how was lastly, how has traveling and discovering these places in North and Southern Nevada impacted your life and your perspective on the world?
Oh, I think it's changed me completely. I mean, if you look at my first episodes that I did till now, I've just gained this respect not only for the different cultures here, in Las Vegas, but the other small towns along the way. And you open your mind to the possibilities of what's really out there. It's because we get so caught up in our everyday,
Yes.
the motions, going through the motions of what we do. But to get out and to travel, you get out of your comfort zone for one, and then you get to meet people that you don't necessarily are not in your group, right? And you learn a different perspective on how they see life and their views and what they respect. And for me, it's one of those things that my grandparents always taught me. You always treat everyone the same, no matter where they come from, what they do. And they had this huge appreciation for people and the kindness that they bring. And along the way of my travels, I've really learned to know that in real time.
Wow.
So.
Embrace the culture and respect.
Exactly.
What an insightful view. So let's pause for a break, and when we return, Anuna Bev, from breathtaking landscapes to thought-provoking insights. We have it all, so sit back, relax, and enjoy your lunch as we take you on a journey like no other.
I'm a professional singer. That's how I support myself and my family. I'm a careful driver. The other car hit me. I ended up picking Richard Harris. Richard Harris is already an institution in Nevada. Dahil kay Richard Harris, tanggal ang worries.
I slipped. I hurt my tailbone. They sent me the bill. Si Richard Harris, siya lang ang tumanggap ng kaso ko. Tutulungan ka niya. Kay Richard Harris, tanggal ang worries.
The Richard Harris Law Firm, just in case.
Sabi ng patients ko, they don't need a colonoscopy because they don't feel anything. But colon cancer is a silent killer. It affects both men and women, mayaman man o mahirap. Have your colon checked.
Mobile Home Health, providing care in the comfort of your own home.
Serving Southern Nevada is our top priority.
And it's our greatest joy to help others stay safe and enjoy a better quality of life at home.
Because health is wealth.
Your head is a part of your whole body, just like your heart and the rest of your body. Huwag kang mahihiya dahil hindi ka nag-iisa. I'm your nurse practitioner, Christina Pajara, advocating for mental health. Educate yourself and others. Choose empowerment. Call today.
Just like a friend from back home.
This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.
Welcome back. We are still with Miss Spirit of Nevada, Sam. Let's highlight the local heroes and organizations that are making positive impact in their communities. Share us remarkable insights for these remarkable individuals and groups who go above and beyond to better Nevada. What have you learned from your guests about the power of community involvement and social responsibility?
I think it's important that you talk about, the social responsibility that we all have. It's, leaving the world a better place than how we got into it. And the Richard Harris Law Firm is very community-based, and they help several organizations. And the show not only gives them the platform to share their message with the world, but there's one particular organization that they work really closely with, which is near and dear to my heart, having a daughter who is wheelchair-bound and handicapped. That's the Nevada Wheelchair Foundation. And every year they donate wheelchairs to people who can't afford them, who may not have the ability to, talk about their situation and ask, right? So they make it so simple where, they have these events, they host it at the law firm where people can come in, bring their families. They're not going to ask you, how much money you make, things like that. They just want to make sure that the wheelchair goes to, whoever it is that needs it.
Very well said. Have you had the opportunity to meet any interesting local artists or musicians during your travels?
I've met a lot of really cool people along the way, and things just kind of happen, and it's just like the right place, the right time. I I sat down with Mark Hall, who, ran several of the museums. He was also on Pawn Stars. Very, very well-spoken, educated man. I call him, the walking encyclopedia of Nevada. And it's just so wonderful to see him. And, he's retired now, but I was able to get that interview. I know it's a friend of yours as well. I've worked with Barbie, with Mattel.
Yes.
And I think it's
Dr. Audrey Sue.
Exactly.
Hello.
Give her some love.
Yes.
Very, very woman that, is empowering, and she's, teaching people that, the Filipino culture and just to embrace who you are, and you could really be anything. And so I think along the way you meet these people who not necessarily get recognized on a daily basis, but that's the beauty of the show, is that you find these people who don't, talk about, go on, CNN every day, right? You're finding the everyday people that are making a difference in our community, and you're giving them that platform to share their message. So along the way, it's been wonderful meeting remarkable people.
Yes, and one of the most remarkable features that you had is the Hunterage.
Yes,
and that Hunterage was actually Joe Coy's first venue of his stand-up comedy acts when he was just starting.
That's amazing. That was built in 1944, just a little bit of history of the background of that. And it was during World War II. So there was a lot that was happening, and a gentleman built it to impress a girl. At the time, right? I mean, we've had some crazy encounters of
Pretty Woman,
right? She must have been gorgeous. So he built this theater. She never came back to actually enjoy the theater. However, it became the staple, and it's now part of the historic museums. So it's this wonderful icon now that they're planning on reopening it up so that musicians can come back in. There's been lots of famous concerts that have been there, and the adjacent, just because I like history, right? So the adjacent, there was a retail building along the side, and it was actually the second post office at the time. The first one was where the Mob Museum was, but now it's vacant. But they're doing some renovations, and Dapper Companies, that's who's doing all the everything. It's pretty cool to see them opening
historical archives to watch for.
And now it's being open to the public eventually once they finish their construction. So
very good. Sam, have you encountered any notable humanitarian or charitable organizations in Nevada doing a very important work?
Yeah. So along the way, I've met several local heroes that, they don't even want credit for what they do. They just enjoy giving back. And Serving Our Kids was one particular gentleman that I was working with that helped a lot during the pandemic. Several kids that weren't getting fed. And it's crazy to think about that because, when we, now you just grab a snack or, eat what we want. But when kids are in school, they rely on the system to feed them lunches and things like that. And during the pandemic, they weren't going to school, right? They were staying home with their families. And so Serving Our Kids was actually delivering these goodie bags that had, lunches and dinners. And when I interviewed the owner and the parents, it was just so impactful to me because I don't think about, the food. I just, I just eat what I want. And it made me so grateful to be able to actually hand out these lunches. We sat on the side of streets and cars would pass by and we were handing out, and it was just, we were handing out meals and just to see, parents, crying and just thank you. Like I get fed today. And it was just,
I ate today,
right? I ate today. And, speaking of kids, there's a lot that goes on at school, food, and then you have the supplies, right? It's always, especially with society, it's like, what's trending now? What do you want to wear? What's the cool kids wearing? And, the Richard Harris Law Firm did this Project Backpack event, and that was another impactful thing, not only for me, but to watch, the law firm and everyone that works there participate and see the perspective of, the impact of a backpack, of having a new pencil, of having somewhere to put your things and not having to use something where your books are falling out or you don't have, notepad. It's embarrassing if you don't have those things, especially during your first week of school. So along the way, I've met several organizations and, Richard Harris, Serving Our Kids, and other local heroes that are even just one man shows that are making a difference. So the show has truly taught me that kindness is everywhere. You just got to look for it.
And, adding to that, the Project Backpack has impacted so many Filipino Americans and other Asian American Pacific Islander communities because we were able to give out a lot of those backpacks to the underserved, especially a lot of those are the victims of the pandemics and other domestic abuse in Nevada. Not many know that, but thank you, Richard Harris Law Firm, for that Project Backpacks because it impacted so many lives and so many people.
No, it really
it's truly
did.
a blessing.
No, it did. No, it gets me emotional because it really doesn't, it shouldn't matter, where you come from or how much school you have or, what your parents do. It should really just be about, giving back to everybody. And, he doesn't say, oh, we're only going to give back to this community or only this nationality. But we're going to take care of everyone. And that's the beauty of everything.
Very good. So, Sam, Nevada is so diverse. We know that. Do you see Nevadans balancing the preservation of their cultural heritage with the demand of modern life development? If so, what can we do to preserve such heritage? Talk about yourself.
Okay. So talk about me. All right. So here we go. So my entire life, my grandparents raised me when I was younger as Peruvian and Chinese. My grandfather was Chinese. My grandma's Peruvian, speaks Spanish. She always taught me, you need
beautiful genes.
Thank you. The surprise comes later. You'll find out here. So she taught me to make the food, lomo saltado, arroz con pollo, you name it. I can make that too, but she made it better than I did. She did, hands down. But I speak Spanish. And so along the way, I learned, that culture of embracing the Spanish culture. We're constantly hugging, mwah, mwah, kisses, here it goes. I don't know you, but let me hug you and kiss you. But yeah, no, along the way, I embraced that. And my mom, she is French and Norwegian. So they call her my little gringa. It's blonde hair, light skin, beautiful. But I wanted to explore, my heritage a little bit more. I wanted to find out where my family was from. And so I was a little curious. So I pulled 23andMe. And thanks to 23andMe, I found out I'm Filipina. So that was a huge shock to me. But I was excited.
How much percentage was the Filipino in
I'm exactly 50%. 50%
Pinay.
I'm 50-50.
Welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be a part of this community. What a surprise. I wish I would have known sooner. I think I'd have a lot more friends.
Yeah, we continue to thrive all over the world. The Filipinos.
Yes. No. It's funny because my best friend growing up, we were 2 years old when we met, and she's full Filipina. And so it's funny to see, I was always surrounded by them, and my stepmom's Filipina and my half sister is Filipina. So
we're all beautiful people.
They are. They are all beautiful people. And they're friendly. They're the friendliest.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've never met a mean Filipino ever in my life. So I'm excited. I'm embracing
the Filipino royalty.
Yes. Now you're just going to have to teach me how to find all the good restaurants around here.
We will. They'll be the next episode.
Yes. Got a Spirit Nevada idea.
So thank you so much, Sam. What a great honor and such a pleasure being with you. You're such a beautiful person inside and out. Poker to the news.
Thank you. Likewise. Thank you so much for having me.
One of the Richard Harris law firm's advocacy is the spirit of Nevada. Nevada beckons with more than just the glittering allure of the Las Vegas Strip. It boasts inspiring landscapes, exclusive hotspots, and the fascination of the Wild West past. From the very beginning, the state has fostered a spirit of collaboration to achieve greatness, embracing diversity and unity in pursuit of common goals. See you next week for another episode of Anuna Bev, Best Express Views. Thank you for watching. Subscribe now.
I'm a professional singer. That's how I support myself and my family. I'm a careful driver. The other car hit me. I ended up picking Richard Harris. Richard Harris is already an institution in Nevada. Dahil kay Richard Harris, tanggal ang worries.
I slipped. I hurt my tailbone. They sent me the bill. Si Richard Harris, siya lang ang tumanggap ng kaso ko. Tutulungan ka niya. Kay Richard Harris, tanggal ang worries.
The Richard Harris Law Firm, just in case.
Sabi ng patients ko, they don't need a colonoscopy because they don't feel anything. But colon cancer is a silent killer. It affects both men and women, mayaman man o mahirap. Have your colon checked.
Mobile Home Health, providing care in the comfort of your own home.
Serving Southern Nevada is our top priority.
And it's our greatest joy to help others stay safe and enjoy a better quality of life at home.
Because health is wealth.
Your head is a part of your whole body, just like your heart and the rest of your body. Huwag kang mahihiya dahil hindi ka nag-iisa. I'm your nurse practitioner, Christina Pahara, advocating for mental health. Educate yourself and others. Choose empowerment. Call today.
just like a friend from back home.
This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.